Hey guys, welcome back to the video. So today I'm going to be sharing with you how I'm adjusting to being a newly single mom. Honestly, I was a little hesitant to make this video just because, you know, I'm kind of still adjusting myself, and I wasn't sure if I was quite ready to come on here and talk about my whole situation yet. But I get a lot of messages from a lot of you women, you know, who are in similar situations like mine and are looking for some guidance or some inspiration. And also I get people who are just genuinely concerned about me and the kids and how I'm handling everything. So I thought it was time to kind of come on here and at least touch bases a little bit as far as kind of how I'm adjusting to being a newly single mother. So first I want to talk about what scared me about being a single mom. That was the big thing, is fear. Fear of the unknown and not knowing, you know, what is going to happen with my life right now. My main things that just made me so uncomfortable and so scared about being a single mom is obviously having to raise 2 kids by myself. That was so intimidating on its own. And, you know, definitely not having that emotional support from your partner, you know, as far as parenting goes, that was also an issue for me, that I wasn't going to have that. Also, what stressed me out a lot and made me so afraid was feeling like I was backed in a corner. Feeling like I had nothing. You know, I didn't finish college. I didn't have a legitimate job of my own. I have always been a stay-at-home mom and a stay-at-home wife. That was the role that I dedicated to my family. And, you know, everybody has a part to play in the family. You know what I mean? Carlo was the one who went to work, and I was the one who stayed home, took care of the kids, took care of the house, took care of him, and took care of everything that I needed to do and do my part as a wife and a mother in our home. And that's kind of the role that I've taken for the entirety of my youth. So yeah, there was definitely a lot of fear, you know, venturing into this unknown territory of being a single mom and what that meant. And that means a lot. I'm still adjusting and still figuring it out as I go, because this is definitely just new territory for me and not something that I'm accustomed to. It is a learning experience every single day of being a single mom. And finally, what scared me about being a single mom is the effect that it would have on my children. How the end of my marriage was going to affect them, and how me taking on this whole new role and this whole new identity of being a single mom and how I was going to raise them, how that was going to affect them. That's what scared me so much. So now that we've talked about like basically my fears of being a single mom, I want to talk about how I adjusted and how I started to be more accepting of being a single mom, and also like what helped me feel better about my personal situation. First and foremost, my main priority was to keep things as normal as possible for my kids. Their routines, their schedules, their livelihood, just everything that I could keep normal, I did. My second main focus was myself, focusing on me and what made me happy and how I could get over this whole situation that I was forced to deal with. So what I did was write it down. I'm very big on writing things down and keeping things organized, because when they're kind of just in my mind jumbling everywhere, I feel stressed out. So I love to just write it down and feel a little bit more organized and at ease. So that's what I did. I sat down and I said, okay, what is it right now that is stressing me out about being a single mom? What is it that is making me unhappy, and how can I fix it? So I had 3 main things that were stressing me out the most. First and foremost was I had no education, which led into I had no job and no finances and money of my own. And those were the 2 main things that just stressed me out the most. Then the third thing was also, it might be very vain, but it was my weight. You know, I was a lot of bit on the heavier side after I had my second child. And so when you're kind of just slumped with, like, you know, you're overweight, you don't have an education, you don't have a job, and you're a 29-year-old divorcee with 2 children to raise, you're kind of just like, shit, what the hell am I gonna do? And that's exactly where I was at, and I was feeling so overwhelmed with all of it. And as I was writing these things down, I was looking at it, and I realized I can fix this. These are not life-challenging things. Like, these are not things that are going to end me. These are things that I can easily fix. it will take time, but they can get fixed. And that's what gave me encouragement and hope, knowing that it can get done with time and effort. So I started eating healthier. I started focusing on me and my happiness and taking care of myself. And then that started to make me feel better internally. And then I was a little bit more motivated to do a lot of the things that I needed to do and knock back everything else on my list. So another thing that just helped me get through and accept the fact that I was newly single was definitely having that emotional support from friends and family. It is so hard, especially coming from a relationship where you're emotionally invested in somebody, where you go to that person for all of your emotional needs and you talk to them and you invest in them, to be taken out of that and just thrown on your own, and you're kind of just like, I need somebody to talk to, I need somebody to invest in, and I need somebody to hear me. That's where friends and family come in tune. And my main people that helped me out so much was, first and foremost, my parents, my mother and my father. Really just having them and having them in my corner and knowing that I was not alone helped me so much. And it helped me get on the right path as far as how I was going to, you know, fix this whole situation of myself. Another person that helped me out so much is my amazing friend Taisha. I don't know where the heck I would be without that woman. She is phenomenal, and I just feel like we all need that one, at least that one person that we can just talk to and just be real with and just pour our emotions out to without being, you know, without putting any type of a mask on, and just pouring your whole emotions into. And that was Carlo for me. Like, that's who it was, you know, that's the person that I was able to go to and talk to. And now it is my good friend Taisha, and that's who I invested in, that's who I talk to, and I know that I'm going to have her forever, and that just helps me feel so much better, and I appreciate her so much for that. Another thing that really helped me is inspirational quotes. If you follow me on Instagram, you see here and there just inspirational quotes all over the place, and those are the quotes that really resonated with me the most and helped me kind of to just feel better and accept what my life was becoming and turning into. Accepting what is and knowing that it's not the end was definitely a starting point for me to just feel better about my situation. Finally, am I happier being single? I think that just goes without even having to say. As you can probably tell in recent videos, I just feel better. It's just so hard to put into words when you come from such a dark spot, and to just finally be out of it and just start to feel better about you and have some type of direction in your life again. You just feel so much better. Like, that glow up is so real, and I just feel so good about where my life is going right now, and I just feel so content and excited to venture into that unknown and discover who Dominique is as a single mother and as a single woman. So definitely this has been a total adjustment, but it is something that I am accepting of now, and I'm a little bit more inclined to venture into that unknown territory with a little less fear on my shoulders. So I hope this video served as some type of inspiration to help anybody who's in a similar situation as mine, and also I hope that it has kind of alleviated any type of concern that any of you may have for me and my kids. And I do thank you for always supporting me and your love and concern that you have for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.